fade into an image of Beacon Academy. Narrator, Legends. Stories scattered through time. Mankind has grown quite fond of recounting the exploits of heroes and villains, forgetting so easily that we are remnants, byproducts, of a forgotten past. The gems in the image glow green and fade to show simple pictures of a man rising from the earth before being surrounded by creatures, barely held back by warriors. Narrator, man, born from dust, was strong, wise, and resourceful, but he was born into an unforgiving world. An inevitable darkness, creatures of destruction, the creatures of Grimm, set their sights on man and all of his creations. These forces clashed, and it seemed the darkness was intent on returning man's brief existence to the void. Black sets in, then suddenly lessens as a light grows brighter and brighter until a gem rises from it and lowers itself into the hands of man. Narrator, however, even the smallest spark of hope is enough to ignite change, and in time, man's passion, resourcefulness, and ingenuity led them to the tools that would help even the odds. This power was appropriately named dust. The scene zooms out to show men shooting lightning, raising swords, and aiming rifles at the retreating beasts as a castle appears behind them. Narrator, nature's wrath in hand, man lit their way through the darkness, and in the shadow's absence came strength, civilization, and most importantly, life. The castle zooms out to show a map of Remnant, which houses other buildings until they disappear in flashes of white, and the map is lowered to show the scattering moon over a city at night. Narrator, but even the most brilliant lights eventually flicker and die. And when they are gone, darkness will return. Roman Torchik and 4 of his henchmen head down an alley from the shadows. They stop behind Roman, who reignites his cigar without touching it and grins before walking down the road, frightening nearby citizens as they make their way towards the shop from dusk till dawn. Narrator, so you may prepare your guardians, build your monuments to a so-called free world, but take heed. There will be no victory in strength. Roman and his henchmen enter the shop, the camera lowering to a young girl wearing a hooded red cloak in the corner of the shop, reading a weapons magazine. A spin, voice over, but perhaps victory is in the simpler things that you've long forgotten. Things that require a smaller, more honest soul. The henchmen look around and at the dust crystals in the display when Roman approaches the elderly shopkeeper. Roman, flicking his cigar, do you have any idea how hard it is to find a dust shop open this late? One of the henchmen points his gun at the shopkeeper. Shopkeeper, raising his hands, please. Just take my lien and leave. Roman, SHHH, 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 calm down, we're not here for your money. To the henchman, grab the dust. A henchman opens a case and removes one of several cylinders, which the group uses to take dust from the tube containers on the walls. Henchman 1, placing another open case on the display to the shopkeeper, crystals. Burn. Uncut. The shopkeeper proceeds to fill the case. As another henchman goes for another tube, he hears the muted "This Will Be the Day" song from the girl's direction, and unsheathes his sword. Henchman 2, pointing his sword at her back, all right kid, put your hands where I can see 'em. No response. Hey, I said hands in the air. You got a death wish or something? He goes over to her and turns her around, the hood dropping to reveal a surprised Ruby Rose wearing headphones. He motions for her to lower them. Ruby, doing so, yes? Henchman 2, I said, put your hands in the air, now. Ruby, are you robbing me? Henchman 2, yes. Ruby, oh. Roman is waiting for his men to finish the heist when a hey and hi-ah are heard, and the threatening henchman flies past him. Roman calmly motions for another to handle Ruby. Henchman 1, raising his gun at her, freeze. Cut to outside the shop, when the henchman and Ruby crash through the window. The other men look outside as Ruby gets up and unfolds Crescent Rose into its scythe form. Roman scowls, But Ruby smiles back at them before twirling the weapon around, striking it into the ground and turning off her headphones. Roman, okay. To his remaining henchmen, get her. The henchmen head out of the shop and run at Ruby, who spins around her scythe and kicks the first approaching criminal in the face. She gets Crescent Rose out of the ground and fires it off to hit another one with the butt of her weapon, sending him flying. She fires again and brings the scythe down on one attacker and dodges the next gunfire with her rifle's speed, getting close enough to knock him into the air and follow him upward so she can beat him away to Roman's feet. Roman, you were worth every cent. Truly, you were. To Ruby, dropping his cigar and crushing it with his cane as approaching police sirens are heard, well, Red, I think we can all say it's been an eventful evening, and as much as I'd love to stick around. Raises his cane and opens the bottom to reveal a rifle with a cross grid. I'm afraid this is where we part ways. Roman unleashes a red blast at Ruby, who fires at the ground and leaps over it. When she lands and looks up, Roman isn't there, and is climbing up a ladder on a nearby building. Ruby, to the onlooking shopkeeper, you okay if I go after him? The shopkeeper gives a short huh, and Ruby sets off. Roman makes it to the roof, with Ruby high-flying again and landing right behind him. Ruby, hey. Roman, stopping at the edge, persistent. Ruby readies to fight him, but a getaway bullhead rises up and opens the hatch to allow Roman inside. Roman, turning around and holding up a red dust gem, end of the line, red. He throws it out at her feet and fires at her, resulting in a large explosion. Roman, whoa ho ho ho. Stops laughing when he sees something on the roof, huh? A woman in a purple cape is now in front of Ruby, casting a circle of protection over them with her wand. As Ruby looks on, Glinda Goodwitch waves her weapon and summons several streaks of purple at the craft. Roman is thrown around in the back until he goes to the cockpit, where a woman in red, her face unseen, is struggling with the controls. Roman, we got a huntress. The woman gets up and heads toward the back as Roman takes the controls. Glinda glows purple for a moment and aims another blast above the craft, resulting in a dark storm cloud right over the jet. Roman, the hell? With a flick of her wand, large jagged hail starts falling that pummels the jet and even breaks through the window, narrowly missing Roman's head. The woman reaches the back and her arms and chest light up like fire, aiming a burst of energy at Glinda. The huntress blocks it, but the flame splatters behind her and glows hot with the enemy's raised hand. Glinda backflips out of the explosion, which destroys part of the roof, and magically gathers the shards to create a large arrow, which she throws at the craft. The fiery woman shatters the arrow with several blasts, but it reforms just in time to hit the side of the jet due to Roman's quick aerial lean. The wreckage separates and reshapes into more arrows that encircle the jet, but the woman summons several glowing rings around herself that expand and destroy the shards. Ruby, finally acting, reverts her scythe into its rifle form to fire at the woman, who blocks each shot and creates several blazing circles around her two opponents. Glinda telekinetically pushes Ruby and rolls herself out of the explosion's radius, looking up to see the hatch close and the craft fly away. Ruby, looking at Glinda, you're a huntress. Putting on a pleading, awe-stricken face, can I have your autograph? The scene cuts to Ruby's amazed face turned to one of shame as Glinda, with a tablet computer, paces around the table Ruby is seated at, right underneath a bright light in the otherwise dark room. Glinda, I hope that you realize that your actions tonight will not be taken lightly, young lady. You put yourself and others in great danger. Ruby, they started it. Glinda, if it were up to me, you'd be sent home. With a pat on the back. She notices Ruby's smile, and a slap on the wrist. She demonstrates with her wand, which Ruby barely avoids as she gives out an eek, but there is someone here who would like to meet you. She moves out of the way so a surprised Ruby can see a man in green come through the doorway, holding a mug and a plate of cookies. A spin, Ruby rose. leans in to look at her face. You have silver eyes. RWBY, Husband, so. Where did you learn to do this? Gesturing with his head at the tablet showing RWBY's fighting. RWBY's Signal Academy. Husband, they taught you to use one of the most dangerous weapons ever designed? RWBY, well, one teacher in particular. Husband, I see. He puts the cookies on the table in front of RWBY. She tentatively picks one up, eats it in a single bite, and then, not seeing any rebuttal, shovels the rest into her mouth. Husband, it's just that I've only seen one other scythe wielder of that skill before. A dusty, old crow. RWBY mumbles through her full mouth, oh. That's my uncle. She then swallows and wipes her mouth, embarrassed. Sorry. That's my Uncle Crow. He's a teacher at Signal. I was complete garbage before he took me under his wing. And now, I'm all like, hoo-ah. Whicha. Proceeds to make some karate-style poses and noises. Husband, so I've noticed. Placing his cup on the table as he leans in, then sits down opposite RWBY, and what is an adorable girl such as yourself doing at a school designed to train warriors? RWBY, well. I want to be a huntress. Husband, you want to slay monsters? RWBY, yeah. I only have 2 more years of training left at Signal and then I'm going to apply to Beacon. Talking faster and faster with her enthusiasm growing, you see, my sister's starting there this year, and she's trying to become a huntress, and I'm trying to become a huntress 'cause I wanna help people. My parents always taught us to help others, so I thought, hey, I might as well make a career out of it. Giggles, I mean the police are alright, but huntsmen and huntresses are just so much more romantic and exciting and cool and really, gosh, you know. Flips out at the last part, staring at the two with a wide, crazy smile. Glinda and Husband study her. Husband, do you know who I am? RWBY, you're Professor Husband. You're the headmaster at Beacon. Husband, smiling, hello. RWBY, nice to meet you. Husband, you want to come to my school? RWBY, more than anything. Husband, exchanging glances with Glinda, who shows her disapproval with a HMMPH before he turns back to RWBY, well, okay. RWBY smiles, wide-eyed and open-mouthed. The scene changes again as Yang Zhou tackles her sister in a hug aboard the large airship to Beacon, crushing the air out of her. Yang, oh, I can't believe my baby sister is going to Beacon with me. This is the best day ever. RWBY, gasping, please stop. Yang, releasing her sister, but I'm so proud of you. RWBY, really sis, it was nothing. Yang, what do you mean? It was incredible. Everyone at Beacon is going to think you're the bee's knees. RWBY, I don't want to be the bee's knees, okay? I don't want to be any kind of knees. I just want to be a normal girl with normal knees. Yang, what's with you? Aren't you excited? RWBY, of course I'm excited. Sighing, I got moved ahead 2 years. I don't want people to think I'm special or anything. Yang, going over and giving her sister a one-armed hug, but you are special. The girl's attention is drawn to the 2D animated newscast on Vale News Network playing nearby, talking about the robbery and showing Roman's mugshot. Cyril, the robbery was led by nefarious criminal Roman Torchik, who continues to evade authorities. If you have any information on his whereabouts, please contact the Vale Police Department. Back to you, Lisa. The mugshot changes to Lisa Lavender, with a photo of animal ear demonstrators holding signs saying "We are not animals." Followed by an image of the logo of a growling red wolf's head with 3 scratch marks. Lisa, thank you, Cyril. In other news, this Saturday's fauna civil rights protest turned dark when members of the White Fang disrupted the ceremony. The once peaceful organization has now disrupted. The news feed is cut off as a hologram of Glinda replaces it. Glinda, hello, and welcome to Beacon. Yang, Who's that? Glinda, my name is Glinda Goodwitch. Yang, oh. Glinda, you are among a privileged few who have received the honor of being selected to attend this prestigious academy. Our world is experiencing an incredible time of peace, and as future huntsmen and huntresses, it is your duty to uphold it. You have demonstrated the courage needed for such a task, and now it is our turn to provide you with the knowledge and the training to protect our world. Disappears. RWBY, among several other cries of surprise, oh, wow. Look, you can see signal from up here. RWBY and other students look through the glass walls at the town below. I guess home isn't too far after all. Yang, beacons are home, now. The two hear a passenger groaning and hunched over nearby, running to the back of the ship. Yang, well. I guess the view isn't for everyone. Rolls her eyes. RWBY, it was a nice moment while it lasted. The ship is seen approaching beacon across a large body of water. RWBY, voice over, I wonder who we're gonna meet. I just hope they're better than Vomit Boy. Oh, Yang, gross. You have puke on your shoe. Yang, voice over, gross, 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 gross. RWBY, voice over, get away. Get away from me. Get away from me. Get away from me. Get away from me. The scene fades to black and This Will Be the Day starts playing.